Hello everybody and welcome to another list video. It's been a while since Bryn and I did X cards that we want Travis to play, and surprise, Travis played all of them. Or at least built a deck for all of them. So maybe that's what will happen here as we do 10 cards that we want Bryn to play, but jury's honestly out on that one. I don't think we're going to see many of these.
Some of these I bet we'll see at some point, but
some of them never.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, but we still want Bryn to play them. If this is your first time on the channel, this is a weird video for you to join us for the first time because you're probably like, who's Bryn? Is Bryn an investigator in Arkham Horror the card game? No. I can confirm Bryn is not that, but consider liking and subscribing. We'd love to have you on the channel. We release a new Arkham Horror video every day of the week. So why don't we dive in and talk about some of these cards that we want Bryn to play. First one I have here is Quick Draw Holster. So Travis, why do you want Bryn to play this one?
I don't know. You picked this one.
Did I pick this one?
Yes.
It follows a logic that we're going to see a lot in this video here, where there's a lot of times when we're talking about cards, and Bryn is like, I want to try this card.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to say it never happens, because in all fairness, we actually haven't played that much Arkham together in a long time, which is actually kind of wild. But this is one of the ones that Bryn's always like, I want to see if this is actually going to be as fun as I think it is, or if it's going to just be a bad time. This one is less like some of the others we're going to get to, because he himself even says, like, I'm not sure if this card's actually going to be good.
Yeah.
But he's curious. It's like, you know, it has all the things that he likes. Green and big guns. Like, that's what Bryn likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's something else I want to do. I think would be a fun game to play with all these cards. Mm-hmm. What investigator do you think Bryn would play this card in? Because it's going to be like... Because like my heart says Tony Morgan is probably the best user of this, but Bryn's not going to do that.
I also think that Tony Morgan is the best person to use this, but I think it'll probably be like Leo Anderson or some dumb thing.
Yeah. Or like Skids. He would. I mean, also in all fairness, I think Winifred could be good for this one. He could probably make Winifred work.
That's pretty fair,
yeah. All right, let's go to this next one here. The Necronomicon.
He'll never play this.
He'll never play this card, but we want Bryn to play this card at least once.
Yeah, we want him to play just something that's really boring.
Yeah. Just
broken.
Straightforward. Because when if you haven't watched a lot of our gameplay, when you play with Bryn, he always has it handled most of the time, except when he turns into a tree and drops his gun on the ground.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of time where it's like Bryn gets a problem done, but in a very Bryn way. And you watch and you're like, wow, I can't believe that worked. Well, Travis and I are over here try-harding our way to victory. Mm-hmm. But we just want Bryn to just try hard with the Necronomicon once. Yeah. and also because like maybe when Bryn plays a card like this, he'll do something different with it. Not that there's like much else to do with this one, because it kind of just like it just says like go go go. But I can't like because Bryn doesn't like Seekers that much. I can't imagine who he played this in.
No, it's like the most secret card.
Yeah, because he probably hates the idea of Harvey Walters.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't. He could play it maybe potentially in Rex, like because he's played Rex.
Yeah.
You could do like a big you could do like a lucky cigarette case +2 succeed. That could be possible.
Maybe. I don't think he'd play Rex though still.
Oh. He's played Rex, yeah. He's played Rex once, but yeah. I can't imagine a yellow investigator. Joe Diamond,
maybe a well-prepared Joe Diamond deck, something like
that.
Yeah,
well-prepared Joe Diamond, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alright, next one here. Cherished Keepsake, level 1. I don't know if Bryn knows about this card.
He definitely knows about it.
It's a higher level version of his Cherished Keepsake that he loves, so he has to love this one too. It's just better, right?
I got him so good when this card got spoiled. I was like, Bryn, just see upgraded Cherished Keepsake. He's like, no. I'm like at Exiles when it dies, and he's like...
This is one that he always talks about that he hates, but like, the card's still really good.
No, it is just a good card.
Yeah, it is antithesis to like what...
to exactly York, the red investigator that Bryn likes to play.
Yeah. But yeah, he should play it.
Yeah, I can see him maybe playing this in like a Bob deck.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can't, no, not a Bob. They always get us, those damn Edge of the Earth investigators. Yeah. Maybe if he ever plays Daniela, he could play this. Maybe. Like, I could see him playing Daniela. Daniela's a bit tricksy. She's not straightforward. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can build her straightforward, but you can also build, like, a weird... I mean, Aquanaut would be, like, a weird, janky thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anacazlo. Why this one, Travis?
Yeah, this is part of a group of cards that when they come up, I say, I think this card's bad, and Bryn goes, no, I think this card's pretty okay, and this is when I think it'd be okay, but he never plays them. And like, if they're not bad, why don't you just play them? But he doesn't. I'd like to see him, and I'm kind of calling out his it's not really a bluff, but
Yeah.
I want him to play these bad cards that he seems to think are good.
Yeah. I think he's played an Anacazlo deck once, but like I don't remember how it went. But I could see him doing it Safina again. I think that's what he tried last time, and I think he would want to do the same thing here. The only thing is like, she's so weak. She's so weak. Like
she dies to everything.
She could have 2 and 2. Like she could have 2 and 2, and she'd still be able to cost 4 experience. Yeah. Because like what she does isn't even like that great, but.
Not really.
But this is what Bryn says, so he's got to put his money where his mouth is, right?
Yeah.
That's what we got to have here. I wonder if the next one is... No!
Oh, it's another boring yellow card.
Another boring yellow card.
This one's kind of cool.
I love Practice Makes Perfect, and we know you love Practice Makes Perfect. We know you love it so much that we put it on the list of cards we want you to play, because we want you to be happy. Yeah. We haven't given Bryn that same privilege.
No, we don't want Bryn to be happy. We want him to play cards like the Necronomicon and Practice Makes Perfect.
I don't think Bryn will ever play Practice Makes Perfect. Maybe in Mark?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe in Mark Harrigan.
Yeah.
But that's the only place I could see him like organically playing it.
I think there needs to be like a practice skill that's like a little bit janky. Yeah.
Next time we do a gift game, I'm just going to give him the most boring Seeker deck.
I just remember also when we did our draft and he just got Min.
Yeah.
And
he just had an awful time.
I would have killed for that Min deck. That was the shitty Akachi deck.
I would have probably preferred to have a Akachi to Preston.
But yeah, no, just once again, we want to see Bryn try some more cards that are just like good. Like period, right?
Yeah.
Not good and or good with or good but, just good with a period.
Yep.
Yeah. The Shining Trapzohedron.
Yeah, it's another one of those cards that Bryn's like, I think this card's good, and I think it's bad. But he insists that he thinks it is playable, and yet does not play it.
A big part of this is that he doesn't play Mystics. Like, he rarely, apart from, like, Dexter, and he played Luke once when you built a deck for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he plays Dexter, but Dexter's a rogue, and he's going to play Dexter as a rogue. So I need to remind myself what this even does. When you would pay the cost of a spell card, exhaust it, instead test Brain X, where X is the resource cost of the card. If you succeed, its resource cost is considered paid. If you fail, cancel the playing of that card without paying any of its cost. For the remainder of the round, you cannot play copies of that card. I just, like, don't... like...
It's an economy card that costs 4 experience, and it doesn't always work.
Yeah, and economy is, like, honestly pretty easy to manage in this game now, right? Like, both card draw and resource. It's pretty easy to have a handle on that. As a user in our Discord says, in 2022 Arkham, like, you can do pretty much anything, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why you'd need this to do these.
I don't know why you pay 4 experience for it.
I want Bryn to play this, too. Because exactly that, like, I would never play this card. So you can, when you guys make a list for me, you can do this, you can put that there. Yeah, it's only spell cards. And, like, you gotta have a high brain that you're not using with, like, a Holy Rosary or a Crystal Pendulum or, like, some other, like, brain boost.
This one wants you to, like, use it as your in place of other economy, but then you have to have a way to find it.
Yep.
And if like your entire deck hinges on playing this card and you don't find it, you just don't do anything.
Yeah. And as we know, Travis hates it when you don't do anything.
I hate it when my teammates don't do anything. Yes.
So Bryn, prove us wrong. Show us what this does. It's gonna be in Dexter though, 100%. Yeah. Purifying Corruption.
Yeah, this one was a card that I want someone to play, but I don't want it to be me.
What does it even do again? When you draw Knowledge Treachery, take 1 damage and 1 horror, cancel that card's revelation effect and place 1 resource on this card. If this card has 3 or more corruption, remove it from the game. Draw the top card in counter deck, either heal 1 damage and 1 horror or remove 1 corruption from this card.
I think this card's like pretty solid. I don't think it's a bad card by any stretch. I just don't want to be the guy paying for experience for it.
That's very fair, actually. Because, like, yeah, it's basically 3 ward protections that now also deal damage. Right? Yeah. And that's good. But it costs 4. It's a double 4. And, like, realistically, I think that when this is out, you're going to make worse decisions. Because you're going to be like, I already paid 4 for this. I might as well cancel this.
I think this card could be really neat in something like Calvin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where you use it to, like, eat the treacheries that'll actually just kill you.
Yep. And then, like, if it ever gets scary, you can just draw an encounter card and then heal, like, when you're all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think... The problem, though, is I don't think anyone at this table will ever play Calvin again.
Bryn might.
Bryn might? Yeah, Bryn would. If there's anyone, it would be Bryn.
If there really something neat for him.
Yeah. Yeah, these Arkham Knights designs, I always just forget they exist, and then I'm like, someone brings it up, and I'm like, oh, cool. That's...
Yeah, they're like neat effects, but I don't really think they're good.
They just like,
they're so safe.
They're safe, but they also remind me a lot of, like, there's a lot of really good custom cards out there, but, like, a big thing you'll notice about custom cards is they're just, like, paragraphs.
Yeah,
right?
they're like, it does this, and this, and this, and this.
And then I'm like, it's just, like... one of those things where, like, your eyes kind of roll back. You're like, okay, that's a lot of text. But...
I just want +1 book, man.
Yeah, maybe we're not the judges of this, but yeah, like, we want +1 book. Return a skill card to my hand pod, please, right? Like, just something like that. Yeah. The hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good and boring. Yeah. Bryn, play the hammer.
Yeah.
Man, could you imagine the deck he brings today, like, has, like, 4 of the cards in this?
That'd be incredible.
That would be incredible.
I wouldn't want to subject Bryn to playing through an entire campaign with, like, this card.
Yeah, but Dream Eaters...
having played through Edge of the Earth, is kind of really boring.
Boring, yeah. It is. It's a very boring card.
Yeah, your turn is just, I swing the hammer.
Yep.
That's it.
And then you hit, and you're like, all right, I guess I'll draw a card.
And you're like, of course I hit.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. And I love it what Cyclopean Hammer does is because when you only deal 2 damage, you're like, I'm a fucking failure. You're like, why am I even playing Arkham? I can't hit for 3 damage with the Cyclopean Hammer? God. And then you put, like, Enchant Weapon on it, and it becomes even more boring.
Yeah.
It's not good. Like, the first time, you're like, this is the greatest thing, and then you're like...
2 series later, you're just like, this is what I exist for, huh? Yeah. I find the hammer, I play the hammer, I swing the hammer.
I'm the hammer brother. Yeah. I'm the hammer brother. And we want Bryn to experience that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, this one, I want to see Bryn play any of the unidentified things that aren't Dream Diary, because that one's just good.
Yeah.
It's partially because Bryn doesn't play yellow cards.
Yeah.
It's fair. Mm-hmm. He hasn't really had the opportunity to play them so much. But, yeah, I would like to see him play them.
Yes, yeah. I think, also this kind of applies to me as well. I know this is something that Travis brings up that he wants us to see play more of these things. I've been doing it, like...
They're neat.
They're neat. I've been doing it, like, on my stream stuff, but it's not the same as I'm doing it here. But I agree. I think that I want to see more of it. I'm excited to see you eventually translate the curse book, and then for me to just... watch you put curses in, draw them, and then be like, it's all for me, baby. Because, yeah, like, Dream Diary, I've played a bunch. It's just good. Yeah. Like, it's just a good card. The other ones, they're a bit more niche. And, Bryn has played... Okay, we say Bryn doesn't play Yellow Investigators. He does like Ursula. So, like, we might see, like, an Ancient Stone in Ursula again one day. Yeah. Yeah. But he probably will never play Forbidden Tome. If there's one...
I want to say he might have played this when he was playing with his family at some point. Okay. But I don't recall.
Could you imagine, like, he just plays, like, try-hard Seeker decks? And that'd be so funny.
That would.
Yeah. Even then, that'd be hilarious.
What'd you play this week? I played Untabooed Rex Murphy with Higher Education.
Yeah, Higher Education, Necronomicon. We won in, like, 4 turns. It was a blast. And we're like, who are you? Last card here is Sharpshooter. So I'm going to say that Bryn also does put a point whenever he talks about Sharpshooter that this card would be so much better if it was permanent. Mm-hmm. It is missing that because you build your deck around it, and then if you don't have it, you're lacking. But it has been over a year since Bryn has built a deck that made Travis angry, and I think this would be a great time to do it.
Yeah. Sure.
But yeah, because like Bryn admits that he loves this card, but he's said it's hard for him to play it because
he plays sits down with his wife for deck. I can't shoot the enemy. I only have 4 punch after I use my weapon.
Yeah. But just if this was permanent, well, hopefully it does get the on your own treatment eventually, right? Because that also was something. I mean, it makes sense that they want to put these cards out there without them being permanent first, just to like gauge their power level, right? And then they can be like, okay, no, this is fine to be permanent, but this could be like an exceptional permanent thing and just be good. Yeah. That's it for Bryn, right?
Yeah.
Wow. What cards do you guys want to see Bryn play? Do you also want to see Bryn play Try Hard with the Necronomicon? I know, we all do. That'd be great. It'd be tons of fun. Yeah. Not for Bryn though. I just loved learning that he hates basic investigate actions. That was my favorite revelation in the world. He's just like, with his Midnight, he's like, I'm having an awful time. And I'm like, but you're like, no matter what, you're good with me. It's just because he was just basic investigating.
And when we sit there, we're like, I investigate 3 times, and you're like, I got 3 clues.
Yeah. Game progress. It's so funny. Huge thank you to everyone who's watched this video. We'll be back for more list videos next week. So again, you should subscribe to our channel if you're not subscribed. And as I said in the comments, leave down below what cards you also want to see Bryn play. And also if you do want to see Travis and Bryn make a list for cards they want to see me play, they could probably do that secretly and then bring the list and we can make it because, that could be fun. So if you want to see that, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.